about 5 minutes. The cats, every time the door opens, the cats want to go in and out. Oh, okay. So inside of this one, this is just Gundams. So I was outside, and I need to deconstruct these Gundam boxes, put the Gundams with their instructions in plastic bags. Here's one of the Gundams. See, I did this thing where one cover is on the top and one cover is on the bottom. At least I got rid of half of the boxes that way. Still not enough. So there's 2 Gundams in here. And it is either Nin Pulse Gundam, this is, and the other one is whatever the bottom of the box is. Because it's the opposite. So it is Gundam Schwarzenegger. Hasta la vista, Gundam. Alright, well, that was just Gundams that were pre-built. Let's see what's inside of this one. I think this one is the unbuilt Gundam, because it's inside of another box. This is the Torch 3/25/2007. Good gosh. So back in the day, before we had all the ability to play MP3s and stuff, there was Christian radio on the internet, and there was some kind of program where I could record it in segments, and then I could listen to it in the car because I had a CD player in the car, but I did not have an MP, whatever that is that hooks up to the MP3 player. So I think this is purely just a Gundam kit that needs to be built. Oh, never mind. It's built. I didn't make all the little shiny things or the little glowing things. So this is Burning Finger, or whatever that version is. I just didn't put these things together because I thought, meh, they're not that cool. But I do need to either take them out of the things and do something with them, because honestly, I'm going to start deconstructing boxes after I build my kits from here on out. Oh boy. I can't get the lid back on this one, probably. It was a pain to get them on there out in the building. I got some English right now. A little bit tired. Been going at it all day. Trying to clean up in here and trying to get stuff moved around outside and get rid of some stuff. My trash can is full, so I'm going to have to make a run tomorrow. Thankfully, it's not going to be 18 freaking degrees like last week. All right, I know the snorks are in one of these, and if you don't know what snorks are, leave, because you're too young to be here. Remember, snappers. The snorks, there they are. Come along with the snorks. We're not a bunch of dorks. All right, so Mars Attacks. This is an old computer game. I've never played it, and I guess I can't now. I was actually thinking about this today because I was doing a video about my Microtron, and here is an R5D4 unit or something similar. And I was wanting to compare the Microtron to him, so that's why I grabbed it from another box out there. And see, this is what I used to do. I used to fill up my boxes with other stuff as well as the Gundam kits themselves. I have so many of this one particular figure. This is Lloyd Malloy from Mask. He is the vampire pilot, I guess you can say. It's a motorcycle that turns into a plane kind of thing. He looks like Billy Idol. Told you he'd be wanting me to go back out dancing with my. He even got the snarl on his face. He's just like Billy Idol. Dancing with myself. All right, yeah, he is definitely Billy Idol. But yeah, I love this figure. It's my favorite Mask figure, and it's not my favorite Mask vehicle. My favorite Mask vehicle is Condor. That's the one that has the hood that flips upside down. But I kind of like to leave it as it is, and the tires fold under. And here's one of the turtles. I don't know which one. You might be saying, it's Raphael, he's got red. They all have red in this one. This was the painted like the originals. The bad thing is they didn't have the hands that turn, and that's what made them absolutely not acceptable. It's like, why can't you make the hands turn? It's like, this is what I hate. Like, they get so close to perfection, but they leave one thing out, so you'll buy the next one that comes along. All right, here are snorks. I can't remember their names. Let's say Beeper, Leaper, whatever. Sporty, I can't remember. Like I said, it's been so long since I watched the snorks. But I've got a lot of snorks. So snorks were very popular back when I was like 15. I remember when I went to Christian camp, there was a friend of mine. We became best friends at camp, and he was into snorks. And our thing we kept saying all summer was surf knurf, because it was a McDonald's commercial that was just too weird and hilarious to not say. These are called Dorbs. They're kind of like, I know, sweetie, but you ran in. You're going to have to just stay a while. Yeah, I've got one other box to go, and I'm not going to, like, take forever. But this is solely from Monsters, Inc., and I just think these are adorable. They're much better than those pop vinyls. And this is the Dragon Gundam, I think, but he's got different shoulder pads. Well, it is the Gundam Jiyan Ultron. Yes, sweetie, I know you want to go back outside, but you can't just run in here and go back out, and run in and come back out, and run in and go back out. Here's the really small Turtles figures. How big is he? 'Cause I like this size for the Imaginext cities. 2.5 inches. Like the original Imaginext figures were a lot smaller. Now, if you've ever seen Stargate, fantastic movie. This is the Raw action figure. A little more colorful than he was in the movie. But I love Egyptian stuff. And this is a Target Master. I think this one came with a dump truck. It's been a while. I had a lot of Transformers, and unfortunately get separated. I have like about a dozen of this guy. Number 1, he's green. Number 2, he's shiny. It's a big bad Beetleborgs, and don't ask me which one, because I just like the way they look. The TV series was awful. It creeped me out. Kids turned into giant, humans. Not giant humans, but full adults. That just makes no sense. And then Flabber, he was like, is he Jay Leno? Is he Elvis? What is he? I can never figure that out. And this is, of course, Street Fighter. And she is supposed to be like the, no, sweetheart. They're from the Savage World. They are supposed to be like the He-Man figures. These were made by Funko about, I don't say 7, no, this was 2019, but yeah, about 7 years ago. So she's like Tila, the whole 5 points of articulation and 6 counting the torso. Unfortunately, they didn't have the pullback punch action. That would have been perfect. I heard a lot of people say that their things in here popped out broke. I've been fortunate so far. Here is a Mega Man figure. I think it's Mega Man X era. I was a huge Mega Man fan back in the day. These things are extremely expensive on eBay now. But I picked these up next to nothing back in the day because people were like, nah. People were sleeping on them. But they fall apart really easy. So, I get all those armor pieces. I probably lost a few. Because, getting him out, I noticed his chest at the bottom of the package, and I had to keep picking it up to get to it. There's something right here I can't tell what it is. Oh, it's part of the Gundam. But this is a Mega Man figure. And they are kind of flimsy. I think I got this at Toys R Us back then, actually. I don't particularly like the orange one that much, but I do like Mega Man. So let's see if I can get what few pieces I have back on him. And I'm going to make a Mega Man box. And then every time I get any Mega Man stuff, it's going to go in that box. So I've been really tempted to buy the Mega Man figure by Jada, but I'm like, you know what? I already have good enough Mega Man figure somewhere. I know it. So I'm going to hold off on that one. I did get the green one, has a bomb, and I'm going to call him Bomberman, because, let's be honest, he looks like Bomberman. But he's got ball joints, and he's kind of a model kit. He actually came on spruce, part of him. I think the armor pieces did. The skeleton, as you can see, is pretty interesting. And I have him in this, blue, and some other one. Unfortunately, he's got his shoulder pad missing, but it's probably out in the building. There's one of those crates. All right, let's get the other box out, if I can find a place to put this one at. Or Captain Meow Meow comes back in here and tells me he wants to go back outside again. If I waited for the cats to finally all go outside, don't hold your breath. It's a game that we play every day. It's like me trying to get all the cats to go outside, and then at night get all the cats to come inside. All right. It appears these are just model kits right here. You're like, what are you talking about? So there was this box in there. These are Gundam model kits, the SD type. And And then there's this skeleton that you put together, and then you can make them more flexible, more articulated, and just a tad bit taller. So super deformed Gundams back in the 80s, whenever I first got them, they were like 2 heads tall, like the head was half the body size. Then later on they became 3 heads tall, like this one. If you applied this body to him, he would become essentially 4 heads tall. Here's that Phoenix one, he's pretty cool. Now not all of these can go with this body. This is the cross silhouette. It's a certain type. And it looks like Captain Meow Meow wants to go outside. It's a little bit. But a little bit. That's why I was like, gosh, I don't want you guys to come flying in here every time that door opens. It's like a game. There's 4 cats. I try to get them all to go outside. But every time I open that door, another one wants to fly through it, or another one's flying out of it. Here's the motorcycle. And I can't remember exactly what you do with the motorcycle, but basically it can be like, you could put, like, if you want him to ride on it, you could put his weapons all over it and stuff, or his armor pieces. But I think the motorcycle, I don't know. I can't remember if it came with him or not. There we go. I'm trying to get it into there. I like the way he looks. He's basically your, what is he called? Unicorn Gundam Shining Mode. But he's gold instead of white. And this is basically one of the Sazabis, I think. It's got a side panel missing right there. There's the motorcycle. Of course, they always comes with tons of stickers. I despise stickers. Not for these, at least, I don't. I didn't put it on his eye. Yeah, see, this is Sazabi. He's got the little things going down, but it's a Musha Sazabi. So Sazabi, which I always called Sazabi because I didn't get the chance to watch the cartoon or whatever when I was a kid, whenever I first found out about these. Sazabi is my favorite. Okay. And then he has this motorcycle, which, of course, has been sitting out in the cold for a long time. Here he comes again. Oh, he is demanding to go outside now. Did you hear that? Yeah, I know you want to go. But that's why y'all can't just fly in here every 5 seconds. You can't open the door without a cat going through it. Yeah. I think I'd take his armor off just to get him to sit on it because his skirt's in the way. But he does have a girl's bike. You know how it has a lower thing? Let's see if he can sit on it. Born to be wild. There we go. Get your motor running. Yeah, I like motorcycles a lot. My dad was a motorcycle person. He was always gone on Saturdays. He always rode with a bunch of people around here. And thought it was cool. All right, well, that's just some things I happened to find today. I got plenty more, but I'm not going to go through them right now. I just wanted to see what was in these boxes, because I know I crammed them full of stuff, but I couldn't remember what I put in there. I know the snorks is one of the things I wanted to see, the snorks. And I think I got his other ones, his other frames in there. Now, there's no way of knowing unless you know which side the thing's on. But the newer ones of these, I did get the box set of those, but I was going to wait until Christmas. They're like the better than these, because these, again, they should have made the wrist. If they made the wrist move, these have been perfect. Everything else about these is perfect. The articulation is good enough for me, except for the wrist. Because if he's holding a sword, he's holding it out like this. And I didn't see any weapons with him because he was in another box. I happened to grab him out and put him in the box I was taking inside. There's another box out there. It's got like 1 foot tall, like Voltron, the 15 ships diameter 15. It's got Sazabi, 12-inch tall, God Gundam, 12-inch tall. He's from G Gundam. There's a bunch of basically 12-inch tall Gundams and Megazords and stuff in this one box. I just left it out there. There's no way. I don't have the shelves yet for it, but those are the ones that are going to go back on the shelves one day. All right. Well, he needs to be clean. He might be falling. He might be suffering from plastic, whatever it's called. All right, I'm going to go let the cat out, and y'all have a nice night. Thanks for hopping by. And I do have 2 videos today. I don't know which one is already shown, but definitely check out those 2 for what I looked at of stuff I got out of the building. I like to go through and just look at it like, wow, I haven't seen this stuff in so long. There was another Zartan I found. It was the one with the low cleavage, like Falcons. Not my favorite, but similar. All right, he's calling me again. I'll see you guys later. I need to find out if I can play this online. That would be fun.